before we begin, I'd like to understand a little more about exactly what you're looking at, and then I will accordingly map your requirements along with what we have to offer.
Okay, you can ask.
Okay, so I do understand that yours is a facilities management company,
Okay.
and you are looking at this product at Triton primarily from the perspective of pitching it to one of your clients who is the hotel.
Yes.
Okay. Could you, without, of course, without naming the hotel, which I believe you would not want to do at this point of time, but
Yeah.
could you give me some further information, depending upon what kind of processes are followed at the hotel, what is the category of the hotel, how many rooms do they have, how do they operate?
No, see, till now we didn't get the contract with the hotel. Actually, we do
Okay.
subcontracting in this hotel, but there is a tender, and we will go through this tender, and we should be ready with everything, including the system also.
So which is fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. So could you tell me how many rooms does the hotel have?
250.
250 rooms. And what are the various departments that are there? I mean, do they have a defined? Do they have any systems that they're currently using, or it's completely manual right now, and they are planning to get onto a system?
They don't use actually a system which is handling the issues and the operation issues and all of these. They don't use.
Okay. And which is the PMS that they're currently using? Property management system.
Building management systems they are using. I am not sure about the system which they are using, but mostly it will be Siemens.
No, I'm not talking about the building management system. I am trying to understand the property management system. So, like Opera or a Fidelio, which one of these are they using?
Yes, they are using Fidelio.
Fidelio.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right. I think we've got some basic information right now. Let me take you through the system. I will start with talking a little bit about No-Cross Solutions and our company, what we do. And
could you please send me this presentation, please?
Sorry?
Could you please send me this presentation which you will show now?
Yeah, I could send that to you an email.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I will send that to you an email.
Yeah.
So we'll begin with talking a little bit about No-Cross. How Triton works, some of our clients. Then we will move on to actually see how the system works.
Okay.
And I'll take you through a detailed demonstration of the system. And beyond which, then we'll see each one of the modules separately. And then in case you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those questions.
Great.
Great. So we are a decade-old company. No-Cross has been in the business of providing hospitality technologies to the globe, to the world over for the past 10 years. And we are dedicated on developing new innovations, new technologies, specifically for hotels, and that is all that we do. So there is no other vertical or line of business that No-Cross Solutions is into. For the past 10 years, all we have been doing is innovating and developing Triton as a product. Now, in order to help, our experience tells us that every hotel has their own way of working, has their own processes, has their own workflows and methodologies in place. In order to ensure that there is a seamless integration, we also have our own in-house technology team. So our technology team actually is able to customize the solution based on your business processes.
Yeah.
So that is, a lot of our competitors, they outsource the development. We ensure that that our development, everything is done in-house, so that in case there is any quick change, a quick tweak that we need in the system specific to the hotel, we can do that.
Yeah.
We support the entire globe. We have about 250 plus customers whom we support from our support center in New Delhi. It's a 24/7 support center. starting from all the way down China, all the way up to the US. We have account managers, we have support managers who are dedicated to specific accounts, and they take care of any issues that is there over there. Right. In addition to these, we have an internationally experienced team. Now, this is very important because very often what happens is that uh, in your workflow or in the hotel workflow, there could be a scenario where we come to roadblock and there is a certain functionality or a certain workflow which doesn't work. Therefore, our experienced team who's actually worked with hotels like Hyatt's, the Kempinski's, Radisson's, etc. of the world, they are able to get back to you and tell you that, okay, so we came across this problem at the Hyatt and this is how it was resolved. So that knowledge base, that information is what we bring to the table. And of course, we have very strong technology partnerships with the major technology providers in the world, including Microsoft. We were one of the first companies to develop an application for BlackBerry, the Apple operating system, as well as Android. Then IP phones, the Alcatel IP phones, Polycom, NEC, etc. So we have extremely very strong partnerships with each other.
Okay.
Moving on, this is a snapshot of some of the customers who work with us. So some of the large clients, Hyatt, Kempinski's, Oberoi Hotels, Swissotel, Radisson's, uh, Marco Polo Hotel Group. Then closer in India, we work with the Lalit, the Park Hotels, etc. Apart from the larger chains, we also work with a few iconic properties like the Ritz Paris, the Raffles Beijing, the Corinthia London, etc. You are able to see the screens, right?
Yeah, I see it. Continue,
Okay.
continue.
Now, Triton is a very scalable and a very flexible product. This is easily seen by seen by the kind of customers we work with, the kind of hotels that we use Triton. So it could be a very high-end business hotel like the Oberoi, or it could be a leisure hotel, a leisure property like the Sunshine Coast Australia, the Palmakulum Resort. So Triton could work, can actually help improve performance for a business property as well as leisure property. And it's highly scalable. So, something like a 200 room property going up to even a 600 room property. So we have actually deployed Triton, ranging from 100 room property going up to even 800 rooms. These are just some of the very interesting and high-end users of Triton.
Yeah, great.
Very high-end, like for example the Oberoi Uday Vilas in India, the Park Hyatt Abu Dhabi, the Sofitel Brisbane Australia, the Andaz London, Grand Hyatt Shanghai, the Raffles Beijing. Now this typically is the complete product suite for Triton. So you've got the rapid responsive workflow along with the auto calls and alerts. You've got the Triton Mobile, the smartphone application, Glitch, which is the service breakdown recovery system, Triton Housekeeping, and the preventative maintenance. All of these connected with the property management system could be Fidelio, Opera, Epitome. We have the expertise and the experience to integrate with almost any property management system.
Okay.
Now moving on, this is typically how a hotel's workflow actually is like. So there could be a guest.
Excuse me, go again to the last slide.
Hello?
Previous slide, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you see it now?
Yes. Is those are the modules of Triton, or they are separate applications which you can buy with Triton?
Okay, so the rapid response and workflow, as well as the auto calls and alerts, is actually one module. Then the smartphone application is optional, glitch is optional, the housekeeping module is optional, and the preventative maintenance is optional.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Right?
You're right.
Together, they all comprise of the complete Triton suite of products.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, typically, this is how how a workflow in a hotel is like. So, whereby a guest could call up, and a call could be registered from multiple locations. It could be from a PC, it could be from an IVR, or it could be a manager just registering a call from their smartphone. Typically, it could be something very simple as a guest telling a housekeeping person, or just calling up on a one-touch call and stating that I need extra towels. Now, as soon as the person who receives that call may or may not be skilled to execute that particular job, but will enter it into Triton, and automatically Triton will search for a staff or attendant on duty with that certain skill set and who is available for that particular location at that point of time. Whoever is available, a job order dispatch will be sent to that person on their normal GSM phone. Now, the message would look something like this. So, here you have NC10, which primarily means, which specifies the urgency of the call. So, NC stands for normal call, it could be XC, which is extra urgent, or a UC, which is urgent call. The number 10 is the number of the call. So, NC10, location, room number 102. The name of the guest, Sheraton Kara, VIP level 6. The description of the call, the AC is not working, and a detail of that description, the AC is too hot. And 25 minutes is the predetermined time fed into the system, which is for resolving this call, responding to this call.
Okay.
Now, Triton supports over 180 languages. So, depending upon what profile, depending upon the preferred language attached to that particular individual's profile, the message, the text message, the SMS, will actually be translated into that particular language and delivered to that person in his or her own language. So, very often there could be some stuff which does not understand English. So we could actually customize the system for that particular individual to deliver the language, to deliver the message in that particular language. All right.
Right.
Once the job is executed, now once the job is received, the attendant starts in the process of execution. Now, if within that specified time, like you saw in the past message where it showed 25 minutes, if within 25 minutes a job update is not done, which means that either job is not closed, is not parked, or is not reset and assigned to someone else, it will automatically get escalated to the supervisor or to the next level of escalation. And Triton actually has up to 9 levels of escalation. So you could define that, okay, escalation level 1, these are the 2 people or the 1 person who needs to know. Level 2, then these 3 people need to know. Then after 5 minutes, level 3, then these 5 people need to know. So you could actually specify and create those levels of escalation within Triton. And automatically all these escalations will take place. Once the job is updated, if it could be parked because the guest may say that at this point of time, you come back later, or it could be that some major parts is required, so therefore it is rescheduled for a later time. So it could be parked, it could be closed once the job is completed, or it could be reset and reassigned to someone else. And then of course there is the optional facility of doing the guest audit, the random guest audit, and checking that okay, so you were requested for this particular service, was it delivered on time? Are you happy with the kind of service? You could have a predefined checklist of 5 or 6 questions, which could help you manage your GSRs, etc.
Okay.
So, what do you actually get with the rapid response system of Triton? Apart from a comprehensive set of predefined reports, there is customized report generator tool where you could actually define certain levels of reports, certain reports that you want as per your requirement. And not only can you define these reports, you can also schedule these reports to be delivered to your or any number of email addresses every morning. That okay, every morning at 8 a.m. I want these reports to be delivered to my email. So automatically the system will generate those reports and deliver them. And then of course we've got the multiple report formats in terms of bar graph. You can create matrix. You can create your pie charts, etc. Right, sir. Any questions till now?
No, that's great.
Okay, fantastic. Moving on to auto alerts and calls. Now, typically, auto alerts is something that takes care of GIFT requests, which may which may have been sent earlier, and which will assign those jobs at a time that needs to be defined, maybe a short while before the job needs to be executed. So, for example, a guest calls up at the time of reservation and notifies that a baby cot is required. Now, the reservation manager at that point at the time of making the reservation would enter a specific code into the PMS and says Opera Crib, selects Opera Crib and updates the reservation. Now, Triton has a advanced two-way interface with Opera, whereby 3 hours before the arrival of a guest, and a job alert is sent to the housekeeping department that a baby cot needs to be placed in the room. And so the guest could have maybe made the reservation 2 weeks before, but the job will actually be sent only 3 hours before. And when the guest comes in, the special request is already there. Similarly, something like at the time of making a reservation, the guest would say that, it's my anniversary, I would request that you would please make available a bottle of champagne. So just an hour before the guest is to arrive, an alert is sent to the room service department to ensure that a bottle of champagne is there in the room. Similarly, they could Triton can link calls to auto calls. So again, an example where a guest would call and say that I would like to check out, please have someone send my baggage, send someone to pick up my baggage and bring it down. As soon as the bell desk creates this job and assigns it to someone, automatically 3 other jobs are created and auto-assigned. So one, an automatic job goes to the housekeeping department that guest is checking out from this room, please prepare it for new arrival. Another job would simultaneously go out to the front office or the cashier to prepare the final bill. And the third job would go to the minibar valet to check the minibar consumption. So it's one job created and 3 jobs automatically actioned upon. Similarly, for internal use, let's say a carpenter has gone and fixed a certain some furniture in a room. Now, when they've done some repairs, there's obviously a mess created because that's the technician going in there. Automatically, as soon as the technician closes the job, an alert goes to the housekeeping attendant to go and prepare the room for the arrival. So similarly, automatically, as soon as one job closes, another is opened up without any manual intervention. So all these activities could be predetermined in the system. We could also make available, instant alerts based on PMS events. So as soon as there is a VIP level so-and-so, let's say VIP level 3, check-in, Mr. So-and-so from IBM from IBM USA. As soon as he checks in, these 1, 2, 3 people need to be told. So the GM, the EAM, as well as the hotel manager needs to be informed. Similarly, at the time of checkout, and you could also, in case there is a room move, so as soon as there is a room move, the key departments such as room service and bell desk can immediately be alerted when a guest changes room. Right, sir. Any questions till now?
No, it's great. But could you please try to put the mic near to you, okay? So I can hear to you.
Sorry?
Put the mic near to you, please. So your voice is not that much clear. Yeah.
Okay, is it better now?
Okay.
Just 1 second, just hold on. Yeah, okay, so I'm sure it's better now. I have to put the mic right next to me. Right. So moving on, this is the smartphone application. So Triton works actually on the BlackBerry operating system, the Apple operating system, as well as Android. Uh, quickly taking you through exactly what you are seeing. Actually, what I'll do now is let me take you through the system in terms of registering, call, etc. So typically, this is what the Triton console looks like. We log in. The login is based on roles and rights. Right?
Yeah.
And it's completely browser based. So I have to click here, and these are the various links in here. Now to register a call, typically I would choose the location. So let's say it's the call in Perth. As soon as I select call in Perth, room number 201 call in Perth, automatically the details of Mr. Colin Perth come about. His VIP level, gold card member, last stay, what location he's in case there are any guest preferences in the property management system, it will pick it up from there. And his other details. So date of birth, check-in date, check-out date, which company he's from, his address, phone number, email, everything comes in here.
Okay.
Here I can say that, okay, so there's a description of carry bags required. And I say register. Automatically, the call has been registered, call number 2. It has been assigned to Mr. Bing Hu, and the estimated time of action is immediately, and maximum resolution time is 10 minutes.
Okay.
Now, we can actually go down into the console and see, now out of 10 minutes, 30 seconds have already passed. So this job is there. I can close this job and say job completed. Okay. Close successfully. So here you can actually see the complete, on this console you can see the complete list of jobs by status. You could see it by department, so you can see how many jobs are there for the engineering, front office, housekeeping systems, etc.
Yeah.
You could see it by location, a complete detail. You could see it by staff. So I want to know that, okay, Adlin Holmes, what has he been doing? David Tornell, what has he been doing? And you could even see it by category. So how many jobs have been assigned for, how many AC jobs, how many bell desk jobs, how many housekeeping attendant jobs, etc. You have that complete flexibility in that information. Now you can also register calls. So for example, let's say a guest says that, okay, I want a coffee at 6 a.m. every day. So you could say, okay, location, let's say 202, description of the call, coffee to be served. Automatically it will pick up the category as room service. Click on recurrence, say daily, starting 9th May at 1400, end by, either you could specify a date or say after 5 occurrences, or even more simpler, just say at the time of checkout. So as soon as the guest checks out, this job will stop being automatically delivered.
Good.
And the recurrence is set successfully. So when we go into the console, over there we can see the recurring calls as well. And this is the current active call.
Yeah.
That we just released. Alright. So first then you have things like your shift setup, you have things like your reporting tool, you have a whiteboard. Now whiteboard is actually a very, very interesting module that we have of functionality that is there in the system. Whereby all the departments, they have their own individual whiteboards, and these regularly get wiped out. Just this is a whiteboard which is available at any given point of time, all the time, and it never gets wiped out. So for example, let's say engineering. I say, okay, there's actually no post available. So I can add a post, and I say, okay, testing the whiteboard. I can add a file, I can add a table. I have complete flexibility to make to put additions or actions support. Right here, I can add now. This is one whiteboard created between one or two people. I can add a second one which says testing again. So there are actually two whiteboards, two messages right here on the whiteboard. This could be inter-department, intra-department. It could be shared between departments. Complete flexibility with the departments.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So moving back to the presentation, the mobile device has actually exactly the same functionality as what you can see on the main device.
Again, go to the system.
Sorry?
Again, go to the system.
You didn't go to the system?
No, go to the system again, please. Please.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah.
Show me again the, yes, this modules.
Yes.
I want to know more about modules, which is down in the console or in the menu, which is down.
This one, right?
The menu, yes, yeah.
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 Yes.
Starting with the first one and go to the last one, please.
So this is the registration module.
Okay.
Where you can register a call.
Okay.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is the console where you can see all the calls that have been registered.
Yes.
And that are active, and you have multiple views over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is your inbox. So if there is any message, any alerts,
Okay.
anything, you could actually view your messages over here. This is actually the tracking shift setup. So where you could actually manage your staff, you can manage your shifts right within the system itself here.
Okay.
So when you're managing your shift, when you're creating your shifts, at that particular point of time, you have the flexibility to create a shift, but then you can log in or log out whomever you feel like.
Okay.
Out of a shift of, let's say, 10 staff, 8 have arrived and 2 have not come in. They call it sick. So the shift is already set up, but you could then just choose 8 people out of that shift and log them in, and 2 are not logged in.
Okay.
So when tracking searches for a person who is available with a certain skill set, it will only choose out of those 8.
Okay.
Alright, this is actually the reporting tool, the report generator, where you could have, you could have standard reports, you could create new reports, you have all the complete flexibility over here.
How to create new reports? So there is a reporting tool which can you use it, or Crystal report
Yes,
or whatever?
absolutely. So you've got the global reports, for example, over here. You've got all these reports over here, right? These are the predefined, the predetermined reports. And if you want to create a new report, you can create a new analysis report right from here. So you can define a department, let's say administration, from which login a PC on IVR, so let's say all. What category? So I want to know all hardware calls that are related to the administration department. What priority? The people involved, source, VIP levels. You could define guest names. You could define locations, call tracking. So what is the status of the call, and then you could even define the format. So you can define what fields you want to be shown over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just run this report and give you the information.
Okay.
Right? So this is your complete reporting tool. This is for you to create customized reports, and you could save that. The whiteboard I've already shown you. This is actually your guest list. So this is at this point in time, because the system is not connected to a property management system. It's a demo server. Therefore, you can put in your guests, or it could directly pick it up from the PMS.
Okay. So normally it reads
Right.
from the property management system. Here.
Yes. Normally we integrate with the property management system because the check-in and check-out then automatically picks up information from there.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the Triton history report. So you could get guest information. Let's say, any guessing, or let's say room number 201, and I want to see all guests and say search. Okay, so there's no guest found for that. Sorry, I guess the location time. Guest room, location 201. So for 201 guest room call number 2, this was the call that came about, and I could, get a history of all the calls for a certain guest or a certain location,
Okay.
and it will give me the complete information: what happened, was it if it got escalated, who did the escalation go to, what was the action taken upon that escalation, did it get resolved, what was the temperament of the guest, all that information will be given to me. So in the past 10 days, for room number 201, there was one call which came in. It was a normal call. It was assigned to Bing Hu of the bell desk. It was registered at this time and it was closed at this time. So that complete history is mentioned over here.
Okay. Great.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the complete system configuration here. Now, typically, we have multiple languages also defined in the system. At this point in time, I've got only English, but you can have Chinese, you can have Spanish, German, different languages defined for different users.
Okay. I have a question here.
Yes.
Actually, I want to go through how the technician, if he will be solving an issue, let us say AC problem, it comes to him, and he went to solve the issue of this one. So, what is the procedure which he will take till he completes the job? Is there any feature to add spare parts which he used already in the maintaining of the AC or not?
Okay, your voice is breaking a little over there. So what I've understood is that you want to know that if a particular technician is going to a certain room to resolve an issue regarding an AC, then what are the parts, what is the process that he will use to resolve that issue?
Exactly.
And also, how will he manage the parts that need to be changed?
Exactly.
Yeah? Okay. So, what Triton actually does is, when a call is registered and a person receives a call, at that particular point of time, and let's say suppose it is something called that requires a certain skill set like an engineering or a plumbing activity, which may or may not require certain spare parts, which may or may not require certain technical information. So what the system will actually do is it will define that all AC requests go to these 3 or 4 or 5 different people. Now, Triton also has an inbuilt engineering or a preventive maintenance system, an engineering maintenance system I would call that, which will actually create, as soon as the job is logged, it will create a work order for the technician, which will have the details of that particular job. Now that work order will talk about the particular issue of that is actually there in the system. It may give him certain information that okay, so it's too hot, and therefore you need to go and check that. It'll give a detailed description of that particular problem. When he goes to check it, at that particular point of time, in case he requires certain spare parts, you could park that call and say that I will come back after 2 hours. So this call will get either reassigned to him after 2 hours or reassigned to someone else after 2 hours with the details that let's say a fueling coil is required.
Uh,
So he would then go and procure that from the inventory. Again, that would be fed into the preventative maintenance system, whereby the inventory is managed over there. A work order will be created and assigned to that particular technician.
no, not this point. What I ask for is if there is a stock management module in the system,
Yes. Yes.
so he can get from it the spare parts which he need and consumables and all of these, like if it will reach to some amount, it give alerts that it reach to the critical.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we will come to that at a later stage because that is actually the last module in my presentation.
Yeah.
So that is the engineering maintenance system, which maintains the complete inventory of all the spare parts, where you can feed in a minimum order level, whereby if the inventory reaches a certain threshold, then if out of suppose you're maintaining 10 pieces of a certain spare part, and when as soon as it reaches let's say 3, then it needs to be reordered.
I think
Not only does
I think the page is static. Do you do anything or it's stopped working from here? I don't
No,
see it.
it will work from here. It will work from here. That is a separate module altogether.
Okay, but it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what that actually does is that it would not only will it create a job order for the engineer to said okay, so you need to go and replace this spare part. At the time of reordering, it will also create a work order for the supplier or the vendor.
Okay,
So all those things happen automatically within this system.
great.
Yeah.
So you
So-
can if I ask you, I want to know how many how many towels we used last month in this room. You can know?
How many towels?
Yes. Like how many soups we used or whatever, any consumable we used in the specific room.
We could do that. We could do that. That can be made available. However, yeah, actually that can be made available. If you enter in a soap or a towel as an asset, we could maintain the complete inventory of that asset.
They are not assets. They are consumables. Stock.
Yeah.
Actually, they are stock.
No, which is fine. I understand. So they are basically inventories.
Yes.
Yeah, they are inventories which are being managed by the hotel. So you could enter in, let's say today we ordered and received 2,000 pieces of soap. And I want to know that, okay, these 2,000 pieces of soap, who have they been distributed to in the past, let's say 2 months?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you could get that information, yes.
Good. And also I can get like cost center for every room. I mean, how much I spend for every room actually. I can do that.
How much you spend every room, or spend on what?
On every room, like room number 201. I want to know how much I spend on it in this month. I can do that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. In terms of maintenance, in terms of
Yes.
Things like the amenities that you're providing over there, yes, you can.
Yes. Something else. Can I also manage the resources? I mean, the housekeeping resources, technician resources, all of these. I can manage their.
Yes, you,
I
yes,
can
absolutely.
manage
That-
them
that
by
is-
actually.
That is housekeeping model which you can manage over there.
Yes. Like if I want to say, this job can take from everyone like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's it. So I can manage their timing, right?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in case anyone is taking more than 20 minutes to resolve that particular job,
Yeah.
there will be an automatic escalation.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue, please.
Alright. So typically what we saw on the PC version, that is all available on your mobile. Okay, at this point of time, actually, because I am on a computer, I cannot actually show you the mobile version how that works.
Okay, you can show me only screenshots, no problem.
The screenshots are actually also not available at this point of time. I can send you the screenshots later.
Okay, send it to me
Yeah.
with this presentation, please.
Yeah, sure. I will do it. I will do it.
Thank you.
Right, but you can. Would you just excuse me for a second, please? I'll just be back.
No problem.
Yeah, sorry, it's back here now. Okay.
No
So
problem.
we've done the smartphone application. Now we come to the glitch service recovery system, the glitch service recovery module. Now, typically, however much we may try in a hotel, things do go wrong, and there are some incidences which do take place where service does go awry, and we need to recover from that. So typically, what Glitch actually does is it ensures that a proper service recovery and the tracking of that particular issue is taken care of. This helps, increase in guest service standards, guest loyalty. You can actually audit or track the rebates that have been issued, a complete accountability, uh, as well as tracking of incidences, how many incidences are happening, are any incidences repeating, so you can have a complete track of all that. So typically what Glitch does is as soon as an incident takes place, the incident is logged into the system. The first thing it does is it alerts all the people who are concerned. So, for example, if it is, a guest had given a shirt for laundry, and the shirt came back with an ugly yellow stain on it. Now, typically the guest would be very, very upset. So the first thing that, as soon as the incident is logged, the first thing it does is it will alert, all the guest-facing staff, typically saying that this is what happened, the guest is extremely upset, in case you come across him and he complains, you should know what happened.
Yeah.
Then, the recovery process begins. A complete investigation and verification goes into the recovery. It is closed and then exported to whichever PMS, if the information goes into the profile of that particular guest. Once the recovery process is done, then an investigation takes place as to why this incident happened. So a complete detail of that, of the complete incident is maintained within the system. Now, typically, this is actually how the request is mentioned into Opera. So, in the notes profile of Opera to
Yeah.
PMS, which is actually able to write information into the guest profile.
Yeah.
Now, let me show you how Glitch works. Okay. So let's take an example of a glitch request happening. It could be a guest, it could be an in-house guest, a visitor who's come from outside, a guest who's already checked out and sent an email stating that, okay, listen, I wasn't happy with these particular services. Or it could be a guest who has not yet arrived and has made a complaint saying that, okay, something like the reservation assistant was very, very rude. I was not happy with the way he spoke to me. Now, you could actually see the guest name. Let's say George C. Where did the incident take place? Let's say somewhere in Cafe Mocha. The date of the incident and the time. A description of the incident. Server spilled hot coffee on the guest. So, well, the guest temperament is very angry. And you could or could not necessarily define a staff. So let's say we do Brian Joe. Now here you could also put an attachment whereby, it could either be a photograph or an email or anything for that matter. You could put an attachment for the tracking data. And I say register. Now, this means that the glitch has now been registered. We go back into the console and we see the glitches. Yeah, this is it. The server spilled hot coffee on the desk. I could pick this up and I could see the information right here. What time, who registered, the temperament of the guest, when did the incident happen, and what time was it logged. Once done, I could then investigate into this or add a recovery. So let's say an airport transfer or an apology letter was issued, or something like a room upgrade was provided and it cost us $100. Let's save this recovery. Right? And then put in an investigation and say that, okay, the water was, and I could save the investigation. So this information is now fed into the system more as an audit trail, whereby in case anybody questions that, okay, why was this room upgrade given free of cost, the details of the errors, and okay, so this is what we did and this is what happened, and this is why we have to do it. Alright, any questions on this?
No, it's a great action.
Right. Glitch could also be registered by your mobile. You could take a photograph via the camera and attach it or attach an email. It is available. The console is, as we saw the console over here, it is available on the cell phone. So it's right here. And then this is a very important functionality whereby you have the glitch reports. So something very simple as a wake-up call missed 31 times. The total remained $2,480. This is actually real-time data from one of our clients in Europe. So you can actually see the 5 times this rebate was issued, and it has actually cost on an average $500 a rebate.
Yeah.
Now, this was nothing but a training issue. The person who was at the front desk, who was responsible for ensuring the wake-up call takes place, just did not do it. Repeatedly made mistakes. So getting these kind of reports from the system actually helps do a lot of recoveries.
Yes.
Of course, then we have in advance you can know about the problem faced by our guest, specifically a repeat guest. So there is information fed into the guest profile, and that information can be pulled out at any given point in time. So let's say somebody staying at the Shangri-La in Hong Kong is going to the Shangri-La in Singapore. They could be exchanging data between themselves, and when the guest arrives in Singapore, he's told that, so we know that there was a problem at Hong Kong, and we rest assured that that incident will not be repeated here. So you can actually imagine the guest's delight when he gets to know that, yeah, they are taking care of me and they are genuinely apologetic about what happened here. Okay, we move on to the housekeeping module. Yeah, okay, so just to quickly talk about, there is a two-way interface with Opera, an advanced interface, where, Titan can actually automatically create job orders for special amenities. As I've shown you earlier, a guest would call up and say that I want a bottle of champagne or a crib, or anything for that matter. An order alert will be created. Opera users can actually see guest requests or complaints inside Opera itself. So even Titan does not need to be used. In case, as soon as the job is registered, it will automatically go into Opera. And then all that data can actually be exported and put into the guest profile in Opera for future reference.
Yeah, great.
This is how you see there's a Titan button right here within Opera. That is the level of integration that we have with Opera. Okay. So moving on, housekeeping. Housekeeping is actually a very, very interesting application. It's a smartphone based application whereby it'll, every morning, that sheet of paper which is issued out to all the housekeepers with a complete list of between the time that it's issued in the morning at, let's say, 8 a.m. till the time the actual housekeeping activity takes place till about 2 p.m. That sheet, the information on that sheet has changed multifold. So let's say if a certain room was to be done on priority, maybe the guest decided to do a late checkout. The front office keeps making these changes, and the amount of paper that is exchanged is really ridiculous. So what we've done is we have actually taken that entire task sheet onto a digital format, whereby the supervisor can keep changing priorities, can keep prioritizing the rooms, can keep making changes in terms of the queue rooms, VIP arrivals, occupied guests, due out stayovers, vacant rooms, see which ones are clean, which ones are inspected, which ones need to be inspected. All that information can be there on the smartphone. Now, typically, this is the supervisor dashboard, the console for task sheet, where the supervisor can see which rooms have been finished, the cleaning has been finished, and which are inspected, which rooms are finished and yet to be inspected, which rooms have been skipped and are dirty. So they could automatically assign or reassign these jobs to multiple attendants.
Yeah.
This is actually what the application looks like, where an attendant can just click on My Task Sheet and will get, so as soon as he or she clicks on My Task Sheet, they'll get the complete list of the rooms that need to be done. So CLN needs clean, this room is clean, this room is clean. This is an occupied room. The guest checked in on the 29th of Jan, is checking out on 22nd of February, 1 pax. This room needs to be, the guest is checking out today, and this room needs to be is inspected. Here the guest room is checking out today, and the room is dirty.
Yeah.
It needs to be clean. An attendant could tap on a room to start cleaning it. In case the guest comes in and says that, okay, suppose the guest is out and the guest comes in, the guest could say, okay, just hold on for a while, come back after 20 minutes. So then it should be, the cleaning of the room should be paused, and the reason, based upon what kind of reason is there, it should be defined, and the room should be paused for cleaning after 20 minutes. Here, the housekeeping attendant can actually see the assigned room in correct order along with the important information. The guest name comes in here, the VIP level and the number of packs come in here. The front office status comes over here. The housekeeping status comes over here. So is it clean, is it dirty, is it inspected, as well as the complete guest information. So as soon as they click on the details of the guest, the complete guest information comes over here. Any special requests that the guest has, so for example, anything that we should put into the room, specifically soft pillows, an extra blanket, anything, all those traces could be there, be picked up from the property management system again. A detailed checklist. So different room types have different checklists, different types of checklists. So let's say for a standard room, there could be 3 things that needed to be done. For a superior room, there are 5 things that need to be done. But for a presidential suite, there are 15 activities that need to be done. So all those checklists could be defined within the system and or within a room type. And there could also be, the SOP, the standard operating procedures, which are there. So, for example, you could put in images, videos, anything. Which says, okay, the curtain should be kept half open, the bed should be spread like in a certain way, an elephant should be made out of the towel and placed on the bed, the way should be in a certain way. So all that could be defined, and things like images and videos could be made available, thus saving a lot of training costs.
Okay.
Right. In case there's any discrepancy or any issues that the attendant is facing in a certain room, we could automatically alert the section supervisor at any given point in time. So we could say they send the room key, the room is locked, need medical services, something as simple as come and check the room. So automatically, as soon as they send a message, the supervisor will be notified.
Okay.
So there's a link right there which says message supervisor. If there are any discrepancies where the room, seems to be vacant, or there's actually, one PAX, the room has been assigned to one PAX, but the attendant can actually see that there are two PAX staying there, or something very basic as a scanty baggage. Automatically, they can just report the discrepancy, and the supervisor will be notified at that particular point. Also, the housekeeping attendant can assign jobs for something like, okay, if they see a bulb broken, or they see the television not working, or something very basic, they could just from their smartphone just assign a job, and just create a job and automatically be assigned to the next available person. Here, the attendant can also view the supervisor's inspection report.
Okay.
So which rooms of his have been, of that particular attendant have been inspected, which ones are yet to be inspected, what is the cleaning history, everything can be seen over here.
Yeah.
From a supervisor's perspective, the Triton housekeeping module is actually very interesting, because the supervisor can actually see all the attendants that work under the certain supervisor. What are they currently doing? Which room are they in? They could change the priority. They could view the staff list. They could assign or reassign. Like as you can see, they're changing the cleaning priority. They can change the house attendant if required. They can view their own sections pending inspection, so which all rooms have been cleaned and are pending inspection now. And the housekeeping supervisor also has his or her own checklist, whereby they can see that, okay, this done, this done, this done, or this is not done. Past inspection or failed inspection.
Yes.
So they have that complete flexibility.
Okay.
Right? So any questions on housekeeping?
No, it's great.
Finally, going on to the preventative maintenance system. I will take you through a brief overview of the preventive maintenance system, or the engineering maintenance system. In case you feel that you would like, a more detailed demonstration, I could have the product expert take some time and take you through this as well.
No problem.
Yeah. So, what the engineering maintenance system primarily does is it gives you a complete monitoring activity. It will tell you about all the various assets and inventories within the hotel. It will be able to help you manage minimum reorder levels. It will help you take care of preventive maintenance. It will take care of scheduled maintenance. It will take care of breakdowns, everything. It will give you a complete history of a certain asset or a certain activity. It can automatically or manually create work orders. It can track the progress of work orders. So, for example, let's take an example of a generator which needs to be repaired, and it actually takes 3 days to completely overhaul that generator. So, once the work order is created and the job is assigned to someone, the system will actually monitor how much time is being spent on that particular job, when was it started, when was it ended, how many parts went into fixing that particular device, and it will provide a completely comprehensive report. Now, typically here it can give you a complete information about each staff member, each engineer, how much time is being spent on what, how is their day being planned, how is their day being utilized. So it will give you a complete information. And here it actually drills down to right down to the last level. So let's say it is in a hotel. First floor 1, hallway in the first floor, then goes down to the rooms. Within rooms, there's room 101. Within room 101, there is a bedroom. Within the bedroom, there is one air conditioner, there is a light, there is a minibar fridge, there is a television, and along with in room 101, there is a washroom. So within the washroom, there could be certain other activities.
Those are the assets.
Sorry?
Those are the assets, list of assets in this room, right?
Yes, that's a list of assets.
Okay.
Yeah. So to drill down to the last activity, it will drill down to the last asset. It will tell you that, okay, in room 101, the air conditioner has actually in the past 2 months been repaired 4 times. So you can have that complete information right down to the last level.
Okay.
And of course, as you mentioned earlier, it will help manage your inventory, it will help manage reorder levels, etc. I mean, but in case you'd like, I could actually have someone go drill down deep into the system and show you a demonstration of that as well.
Okay, I have a question here about preventive maintenance. The schedule, it's visually can be displayed and visually can be displayed schedule of like next 6 months. Visually, it can be displayed and you can drag and drop the schedule and from here to there or from this week to another week or something like that.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So see, you can actually monitor the workload daily, weekly, and monthly. If you see this here, so the workload for every staff, or for that matter, every asset.
Yeah.
You monitor it and you can see that, okay, so what is the workload of this particular staff? What is he going to be doing for this entire week, or this particular day, or for this particular month? Or you could see that in this particular month, which all assets are going to be, what are the schedules for maintenance of which all assets? You could have those reports.
Okay, great. And what else? What I need to ask about? I mean, when you schedule the BPM later on,
Yeah.
you can visually see the schedule and can drag and drop, so you can change in the timing and the frequency. I mean.
Absolutely. You can change the schedule, you can reassign it, you can say, okay, so if you've actually scheduled to do this particular activity on this date, do not do it on this date, do it on a different date, and you can assign something else on that particular date.
Okay. One more thing about the system. Importing and exporting in the system. I mean, if you want to import some data, you can use this utility inside the system. I mean, import from Excel sheet, export to Excel sheet, whatever. It can be done.
Yes, it can be done.
So when you want to build your data, you can do importing, right?
You can import your existing data into the system.
Like if you have 1,000 asset, you will not enter it.
Yeah. It's not a problem.
It will be by importing tools, right?
Yes, it will be by importing. We'll give you a certain format. Whereon that the information for that or for all those assets could be in a certain format. We'll map that format to our format and it will be imported.
Okay, great.
Right, so that's about it. In case you have any further questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, of course, for your time and for this interesting presentation. I will be waiting for this presentation. I need it actually. And also, as I asked you before, we need some snapshot from the system and from the mobile application.
Yeah, I will do that. I have a couple of questions. What is the kind of closure time that you're looking at? So as you mentioned that there is a tender update that needs to be submitted. So, like, what is the kind of timings that you're looking at over here?
What exactly? I didn't hear properly.
Okay. So I'm saying that you mentioned that this is your client is actually not your client right now. You're bidding for a certain tender.
Exactly. We are subcontractor. Actually, we are doing the maintenance in this hotel, and we want actually to get the full contract there, and the contract of facilities management, of course. And facilities management is different from hotel to another places actually. CAFM system is used in any other places, in any company, in any whatever. But for the hotels, what we got that they have some requirements which is only supplied by like your application.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we need to know about all of these before going through the tender process and put our prices. So we have to put in our mind that we will because we will supply actually. Hotel will not supply. We will supply this system. So we have to put in our mind the prices and the functionalities if it will do whatever we need and they need and the requirements will be given or not, like that.
That's it. So my question here is that the kind of requirements that the hotel has expressed, does Triton actually fulfill those requirements, or what you see till now?
See, it's your system is interesting, but I will be straightforward with you. Um, um,
Yes.
I will see alternatives. I cannot show my company only the system, but we will see alternative solutions. But I think
Okay.
your system is a reputed system and well-known system in the hotel, which is a good point for your system. Um,
Yeah.
and let us see. Um, um, as soon as they will be convinced that your system is great, we can send you more information which can help you to make a quotation for us. This is the next
Perfect.
step, actually.
Sounds great. Sounds
Okay?
great. I'll be sending you some further information now, and then we could take it on from there.
Yeah, great, great.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you for
I
your
will
time.
wait for this presentation and the snapshot. If it's possible to send it today, it will be nice. Uh,
I will try. We'll definitely try
okay,
our best. All right. Thank
and
you.
thank you very much for this interesting
Yeah.
presentation.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.